There's never a frown with Jerry Brown and his bird of the month. On the line, I have Jerry Brown, our resident bird expert. Are you there, Jerry?
I don't know if I'm a resident or a migrant at the moment.
Okay, well, let's...
It's a bird joke.
Okay. At least you're there. Anyway, now it's the month of May. What can you tell us about birds in May, Jerry?
Well, if you're talking about birds in the garden, there's another bird that's appeared at the end of March, later than the chiff-chaff, and it's called a blackcap. And it's very common, and it lurks in undergrowth, so it likes busy gardens, if you see what I mean. Not small gardens, but busy gardens, and it has a very melodious, fruity song. And so for the next month or so, the blackcaps will be busy calling away, calling for their mates.
That's the blackcap. Caps.
Blackcap. It's a warbler.
Okay. Are they black?
The male has a black cap.
Head?
On the top of the head, yes.
Right.
And the female has a brown head cap.
So would that be something to look out for then? Well,
they might be here all year, but it's... you tend not to see them, but you tend to hear them. So our latest walks in a local forest, there are, I don't know, about 10 of them in the local forest calling away.
Right. Where's the local forest to you?
Well, I've got about 100 yards away is the corner of a place called Lord's Bushes, which is part of Epping Forest.
Right. So what else can you tell us about? So you've got the blackcap in the garden. What if you went further afield, literally into a field, what else might you see at this time of year?
Well, what we're planning to do when we get off the phone is to go to Danbury Woods, which is a known place for nightingales, and they are here and they are singing, so we're just going to go and listen to nightingales.
That's nice.
Partly because if we move to Wales, we won't be able to do so because there aren't any in Wales. There
aren't any nightingales in Wales?
Well, not in North Wales, no.
Oh,
it's southerly.
Right.
One of the best places, actually, I think it's called Lodge Hill near Medway. So it's a good Kent bird, Kent, Essex, southeast.
Right.
There's a folk singer called Sam Lee who's actually sung with nightingales.
Oh, wow.
Like the cellist played her cello to the songs of nightingales in the past.
Okay.
BBC recording.
Right. I know that I went out to Hull Place, which is near where I live, the other day, and there was a robin. Robins, are they all year round birds, or are there more of them now?
Robins are one resident and tend to sing all year, yeah.
Right, okay. We have lots of magpies around where I live. Is that common?
They're getting commoner. Possibly.
And also the green...
People think they eat songbirds.
They don't. What do they eat? They don't eat birds, do they?
Multitasking, and they mostly eat insects. Plenty of insects available for food source.
Yeah. Something else we see around where I live in Crayford is, of course, those green parrots all over the place.
Yes, we get flocks of up to 30 of them here.
And
but again, it's mostly southeast. They're sort of slowly infiltrating into the Midlands and Manchester. So they like built-up areas.
And they came from, or is it an urban myth? They came from someone's collection or a private zoo or something?
I think there are two urban myths about being parakeet. One is they escaped from the African Queen set.
Oh, right.
And the other thing is to do with Jimi Hendrix.
Enlighten us.
Both of them are rubbish.
Enlighten us, Jerry, about Jimi Hendrix, please.
Well, if you haven't heard of him...
I know I've heard of him, but what's the connection between him and green parrots?
Maybe he was supposed to have pets and let them go.
Okay.
It's mostly an Indian bird, I think.
So how would they
African Queen is probably wrong.
How would they have got here if not they were artificially introduced at some point then?
I don't know if they were artificially introduced or whether they escaped.
Okay.
Different thing.
Okay. Have we reached the bird of the month? Is the blackcap your bird of the month?
My bird of the month is blackcap. If I was living in North Wales, it might be something else, but at the moment it's blackcap. And the next one to look out for, right at the end of April, the first week of May, are the return of the swifts. Which you will notice if you have them, because they tend to scream, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay. And they're called swifts because they're very fast?
I would imagine so, yes. It's like a swallow, but it nests in old buildings and in caves, I suppose.
Okay.
And supposedly they sleep on the wing and they only come to land when they're nesting, supposedly.
Okay, well, that's something to look out for. Thanks, Jerry, and speak to you next time. Bye.